Ahoy hoy Pancasters, and welcome to episode 3 of That's No Moon.
It's a podcast.
Yes, it's your weekly dose of Star Wars, Marvel and DC news all wrapped up in one lovely little ball.
Bubble.
Bubble.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Brilliant.
So how are you? Hello, this is Neil.
Hello, Pavo. I'm very well. Thank you very much for having me
I think
again.
from next week, I think we just introduce each other because I always find really bad because I've seen you all the time.
Well, yeah, this is true. And we obviously people out there watching in YouTube land probably don't know who the hell we are.
No, but they soon will.
Yes. It was very threatening, wasn't it?
They soon will.
Yeah.
Yes, so we are here to give you all the Star Wars, Marvel and DC news that's fit to shake a stick at, and we're going to start with
Marvel
news.
So, Luke Cage has well and truly hit us TV screens on Netflix. You've seen it.
I have seen it all.
I unfortunately have not yet. I haven't had the time because I know what will happen. If I do watch it, I need to binge watch, which is the thing. Anyway, they are now well underway with their next TV outings. The first trailer for Iron Fist on Netflix was broadcast to the New York Comic Con. Ooh. Seems to be a big Comic Con coming through, doesn't it?
Yes.
Starring Finn Jones in the title role. The series also has Rosario Dawson reprising her role as Claire Temple, who seems to be the joining character in all the upcoming things to link to the Defenders series.
It is. She is, yeah.
We have found out as well that they have cast Sigourney Weaver as the villain for the Defenders, which I think is great casting. I love Sigourney Weaver. So at the New York Comic Con, she joined the cast of Charlie Cox, Kristen Ritter, Mike Coulter and Finn Jones. While no exact date was announced, it should come sometime in 2017. Ooh. Exciting stuff. Iron Fist is due on Netflix March the 17th of next year. Looking forward to that?
I am. Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah, it looked good, didn't it?
It did look good.
But then Marvel are not... They're doing what they did with the movies. They're not doing anything wrong at the moment on the TV series. They seem to have it perfectly in sync to what the audiences wanted, and they've adulted it up. Is that a word? Adulted?
Adulted? I don't know.
They've matured it up. So for a mature audience. Okay.
Well, it's definitely darker, isn't it? That's one thing that they've done.
Yeah, we'll take the Daredevil series. That's.
I would say that even, I mean, you look at Jessica Jones, all of them, they are not your Guardians of the Galaxy kind of shows. They're not even what I would say is your Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of show. That seems to me to be a little bit more of a lighter, cartoony, is that the right way? Or comic booky kind of story, whereas Daredevil, both Daredevils, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage have all been very dark.
Right.
And very, very violent.
I was going to say, Daredevil Series 2 especially was very violent.
Yeah.
So, talking to New York Comic Con, Eveline... right, here we go. I'm going to get it wrong. What's it? Go on, say it for me.
Evangeline
Lilly. Sorry, Evangeline, getting your name wrong there. It's quite weird to pronunciate when you're reading it. Spoke at the New York Comic Con briefly about the follow-up to Ant-Man. Ant-Man and the Wasp, the title is, saying it is in very early stages in the movie, but she is excited because we'll get to see the origins of the Wasp. She also revealed that the Wasp won't be playing a role in the events of the Avengers Infinity War, but may show up in the untitled fourth Avengers movie. That's all she gave away. Ant-Man, I thought was a great movie.
Yes, I've recently watched it again, and it was I liked it when I went to the cinema, but it wasn't necessarily my favourite Marvel film.
Okay, I liked it a lot more than the Avengers last year. Age of Ultron. The second time I watched Age of Ultron, it got problematic for me. The ending, it was too much. Almost like, we're going to do this, we're going to show you, and a slow build. Almost like your Bond villain, where he ties him down to the table and slowly, and you think they know and they're going to get away. In some respects, I know it's on a larger scale. And I just thought to myself, why go to all that trouble, spoiler, of lifting that whole, what was it called, Slovakia? Was it Sokovia, up, just to drop it down? Why not just detonate a bomb? It just seemed a bit convoluted to me.
But isn't that the way of all villains.
Mm,
So instead of just
yeah, but
putting
that
a
one
bullet,
just-
in,
that
a
one
bullet in the hero's head.
That one just seemed. I loved the build up to it. That just lost me. And the other thing was some of the CGI wasn't up to what I thought was Marvel standards.
Okay.
Only bits of it. But that's not to say I didn't like it. It makes it sound like I hated the movie. I love that movie. But Ant-Man, I wasn't expecting a lot of. And I went to the cinema, sat down and watched it. And I so enjoyed it because I didn't know what to expect. And it was a break from the norm. It wasn't the big set pieces, was it? I mean, it was set pieces, but it didn't seem big. So the whole bit they were shrunk down, even though it would have cost a fortune and is a big set piece, looks small and intimate.
Yeah,
because they're on that
a train track.
Yeah,
or
and it was
like
brilliant. It was brilliant, and I've watched it a couple of times since. And Paul Rudd is actually brilliant in that title role.
So in regards to the TV Marvel,
Yeah.
what have you watched of the TV Marvel?
Well, I've watched both Daredevils and I've watched Jessica Jones.
What about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I dipped in the first series, but I didn't. It didn't. I don't know. It just didn't hook on me. And I thought I can't be bothered with the second series now.
Right,
The
Agent
first-
Carter. Did you watch any of that?
I saw bits of it. That seemed to be something that I would probably watch, and it'll probably be on my to-do list, and then I'll binge watch it, I think. But again, I didn't. The second series now, aren't they? They've done
Of
Agent Carter.
Yeah, but that's finished now.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been
So they've
cancelled.
done
They
two
did
series.
two series.
And
of
it
that,
doesn't seem like the premise to me that would sustain two series. No disrespect. It just didn't feel like it, the episodes that I saw. But at the moment, the Netflix and Marvel union is just really strong. Really strong. They've got great script writers, great filmmakers, and basing them all pretty much in New York is great.
Well, what I love about, especially about the Marvel, the Marvel Netflix universe, is that it's all. I mean, like, I admit I'm not a comic book geek. I'm not a comic book reader, so I'm watching them completely devoid of any knowledge of what happens in the comic books. But they're characters that again, like it was with Guardians of the Galaxy, I had no idea what they're about. And so I don't know whether that's a good thing or whether it's a bad thing going in that blind, if you like. No pun intended when it comes to Daredevil. I mean, obviously I'd seen the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie, but it's just the way that they seem to knock it out the park every time. I mean, we both said that Jessica Jones, what's the actress's name?
Kirsten Ritter.
Yeah, we weren't that particularly.
No, I still don't think
impressed.
I still think she was probably one of the weakest links to the TV series.
But I don't know whether or not that's just because that's how that character is quite morose and
but she was a bit like it in Breaking Bad, wasn't she?
Yeah, so I don't know whether that's just her acting style.
Yeah.
But again, Rosario Dawson in Luke Cage is fantastic.
But she's a great actress anyway, isn't she?
And she is really, really good. So the other question then I'd ask you is, do you think we'll see the Defenders showing up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Yes, I do. Because they don't shy away for talking about the problems from the first Avengers movie. In the first Daredevil, did they? They spoke about it. It's there. They know. You know, they've made references to the Avengers. I don't know whether they do in Luke Cage. Don't spoil it for me.
Well, they do, but it is that thing of like they call it the incident,
right?
And so it is little. There is nothing major. There's like if I told you all of the things that are mentioned in regards to like the other Marvel TV series and also Marvel Cinematic Universe, it wouldn't spoil anything,
right?
But they're lovely little things that are just dotted about, so it shows you how the big Marvel universe.
Right. I think that, like they said, they're a master of their game at the moment.
I think that they just know how to do it right. And
like you said before, they build, don't they? They've built this rather than just, which will come on to DC in a minute, rather than just chuck everything straight out. They've slowly built. So not everything's been successful, like The Incredible Hulk.
No.
Wasn't a great movie, but it's in there. And they've chipped away and got it right. And now they're just at the top of their game. And that's why I was a bit disappointed with the Age of Ultron, because every film up to then and after it, the CGI has just been seamless. But that one just had, I think it was a bit too rushed. Maybe they had put too much work, left themselves too much work to do to get it as looking as good as they did. You take Civil War and the CGI on Civil War, it's hard to tell what CGI. I mean, obviously there's the incident with Ant-Man and all that, is CGI, but it's hard to actually tell that is. They've done it so well.
like, I don't think Robert Downey Jr. wears the suit as much as anyone thinks he wears the suit. It's probably all those ping pong balls and stuff
probably.
like that.
Probably. So should we move to DC?
Shall we?
Yeah, let's do DC and get the comic books out there.
Okay, DC.
Right, in October 2014, Warner Brothers released a schedule of the DC movies coming out between 2016 and 2020. Remember, they released the slate, didn't they? We talked about it and we thought, wow. So in a year and a half later, Warner Brothers have now added 2 more DC movies onto that slate, and they have moved the Wonder Woman release date. They've brought it forward a bit. So according to the Hollywood Reporter, 2 untitled DC movies have now been scheduled for October the 5th, 2018 and November the 1st, 2019, moving Wonder Woman to June the 2nd, 2017. Yeah. So, Pav, were you a fan of the Wonder Woman trailer?
Yes, I was. And I'm sure as everybody, if anyone's watched our programmes or listened to our podcast, know that I wasn't a fan of Batman v Superman. Didn't mind the extended version. Wasn't a massive fan of Suicide Squad. Wonder Woman to me is the key to whether or not all this is going to work, because I think they've taken all of the feedback from the fans of the last 2 movies and they've added a bit more, it looks like a bit more fun to Wonder Woman. And then if anybody has seen the footage that they did, the behind the scenes footage that Zack Snyder did you see that?
It looks interesting.
It looks like they're having fun on the set of Justice League, which hopefully then means, but then saying that, I mean, the behind the scenes you saw of Batman v Superman looks like everyone was having fun,
and they probably were,
and in the end it's all about the story. So
absolutely.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what those 2 films are going to be.
Well, a lot is resting on Wonder Woman and the Justice League, because obviously Justice League is out 2017. They're aiming to release 2 films a year.
Yeah.
DC Universe, which obviously they started with this year with Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman. Now, talking Suicide Squad, it's coming to the home entertainment market soon. They have announced there's going to be an extended edition of that. So it's going to be an extended release cut, much like Batman v Superman did. The home release of the Suicide Squad is getting an extra 13 minutes of footage. While it isn't confirmed what that is of, personally I hope it's more Harley Quinn and maybe get to see a bit more of the Joker, so it builds that. That's what I hope. But it should be released around the 5th of December mark. Be interested to see it. I myself haven't watched the extended of Batman v Superman. It's on my to-do list.
Oh, you've not seen it yet? Have you bought it yet?
No, I haven't bought it because purposely I didn't. Whilst I enjoyed it and sat and was entertained, I'm not naive enough to know that it was an awfully flawed movie. There's bits in it that even left my chin drooping on the floor, and I was quite a supporter of it when I sat and enjoyed it. But I do want to see it. I really do. And I know it'll still be problematic, but I really do like Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he's a great choice.
Oh, no, I completely agree.
And going back to Suicide Squad, once I'd seen that, while there was bits in that I enjoyed a Suicide Squad, I was very unsure of Jared Leto as the Joker. Now, I want to see if they're going to put more Joker in there to make him become more Joker. Because to me, in the movie, I didn't feel he was Joker. I felt he was just a psychopath. So that's what I'm hoping. The star of the show for me, when I saw that in the pictures with Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, I thought she was brilliant. I know it's supposed to be Will Smith's movie, but it was Margot Robbie stole that all the way.
Trouble is with me, there was nothing there that made me really excited. I thought the Joker was okay. I thought Harley Quinn, as much as Margot Robbie's lovely to look at, but there was nothing. I thought she was going to be a bit more wisecracky and stuff. I don't know. It just didn't hit for me, that movie.
Did you not think as well? It felt very constricted trying to come out as a 12.
Well, I don't. That's why.
To me, it felt like in the trailers it could be very dark.
Yeah.
It could be very violent, and I was thinking, right, great.
It could have been.
15.
It could have. Yeah, it could have been a 15. It should have been a 15.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's the thing about it's money, isn't it? Money talks, and they need to be able to make
But they
as
should
much money as
learn that it
possible.
doesn't matter. Deadpool's proved that there's an audience to be an R-rated film. Okay, we didn't enjoy it. Well, I certainly didn't. 50 Shades of Grey, while it's nothing to do with the comic book universe, was an 18 certificate in this country and was a phenomenon in money taking. Yeah. So it shows that people will still go and see 18s. They didn't used to shy away from it years ago. Basic Instinct, the likes of all that. Think how successful they were. They didn't shy away from an 18 film. It's not commercial dead. We've taken on too much on board what the American market does when they say as soon as something gets an NC-17 it's a kiss of death because people won't show it. We've proved that's not the case in this country, and we need to stick by our guns and do it. Sorry, rant over.
Yes, stop ranting.
Yeah, let's move on to something a lot more lighthearted.
It could be. Are we going to do Star Wars news?
Oh, I think we should go straight over to Star Wars.
Okay, right. The final Rogue One trailer is due to drop any time in the next few days. This will be the third and final trailer preparing for the movie's release in December. The trailer is due to appear before the Doctor Strange movie in theatres. Now, I've noticed also online today, they were talking about the fact that in America it could be shown during Thursday Night Football.
Right.
On ABC, I think it is, which is the Disney owned channel, which is the same thing that they did for the last Force Awakens trailer. So, if that's the case, then us in the UK are shit out of luck because we've either got to wait till we wake up in the morning, which I think the last time I sort of set my alarm for 4:30 in the morning, and then I think I woke up at 5:30 or something and ended up watching it. So. But and for us as podcasters and doing trailer reactions, we're gonna have to work out what we're gonna do for that.
Yeah.
It then probably means that we've got to go the whole day without watching it, and then try and get together on the Friday evening sometime to do a trailer reaction.
It's gonna be an awkward one.
Either that, or you come round here at 6 a.m, and then we do one really early in the morning, which could be quite funny to look back on.
It could be.
So what are you looking forward to, or what do you want to see in the trailer?
I want to see a little bit more Darth.
Okay.
I really do. We know he's in it. I want to see him because that's what we love. I just want to see some of the sets from maybe the Death Star. Do we get on the Death Star? I don't know. Maybe the film doesn't even take us on there.
I don't know.
I just want to see a little bit more fleshed out of what we've seen before. I'm not too bothered if they spoil it or don't. I mean, and you out there will probably know, I'm not bothered whether there's any spoilers in it.
I thought you were... Hang on, this is going completely against everything you said last week. I thought you said you don't want to know about spoilers.
That's what I said. I don't want to know any spoilers, or I don't want to see any of that. So
I thought you just said that you don't care whether you see spoilers.
No, so I don't care if they... Like I said, they won't spoil it. So I hang on.
You just said you don't care if they spoil it in the trailer.
No. I mean, I don't. I just want. Yeah, misinterpreted what I said. No, sorry. I'll rewind that.
Oh dear.
I don't want to see any spoilers, but I don't care whether they show us more of the extended what we've seen. But what I was meaning was I don't want to see spoilers.
Right. Okay.
I got it worded wrong.
Okay. I've got a few. Yeah. Okay. Right. Well. I think I understand what you mean. You don't want to see them spoiling... What do you mean? As in spoiling story plot?
Story plot. I don't want to see that because everybody knows that that's not what I want. But I want to see more without seeing spoilers of the Star Wars universe of what we've seen. That's what I was trying to say.
I think all I'd like to see is Vader in action. I want to see Vader in some kind of kick-ass action with his lightsaber. That's what I'd like to see.
I'm sure they'll give you a little taste.
If it was just a 10-second trailer of that, that would be more than... That would not necessarily equal Chewie We're Home.
Yeah.
But I think it would equal... Like when John Boyega lit up his lightsaber on that trailer, and that's what I think.
I think, just to be fair, I think they will show more Vader. I think we'll see. I think it's going to be the sort of trailer where what we've already seen will be re-put in it, and they'll just put newer bits in. I mean, that's what they tend to do, isn't it? But
okay, and we will have to put up a little spoiler warning somewhere on the screen for this next one. It's been leaked online. Potential spoiler, there's no guaranteeing that this is true, about Finn's first scene in episode 8. Now, as we all know and all remember, Finn sustained a major injury from Kylo Ren after their lightsaber battle.
Ouch.
Where there was a lightsaber raked up his back. I was going to say up his backside then. And he received a friendly kiss from Rey while he was in some kind of induced coma, I believe, back on... I can't remember the name of the planet. Anyway, where all the rebels were.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, the medical staff have placed Finn in a bubble suit called a Bacta suit to heal his injuries, and that's where we see Finn at the start of episode 8. Finn's then removed from the suit and is actually better and in a fitter condition than he was before he started.
Right.
He's like Superman.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. No, I think
a bit
he's
like
just...
Captain America. He's gone in like a dweeb and come out really bad.
And then apparently that's when he's going to embark on a journey that makes him a big deal with the Resistance.
Well, he's going to have a great story arc, isn't he?
So, because the question I was going to ask you in regards to Finn, because everyone's always going on about it's going to be Luke and Rey. Now, they're obviously going to go off and have their adventure. Do you think it's going to be Finn and Poe?
I think so.
Or do you think maybe Finn's going to go off on his own?
No, I think Finn and Poe are going to... It sounds like Teletubbies, doesn't it? I'm sorry, I can't get away from that. Finn and Poe, I think, are going to become... They were quite strong and they bonded really well, and their screen charisma together and spark and chemistry was superb, wasn't it, when they were interacting together? So I think, yeah, personally, that's the arc I'm going to see with Chewie as well, with them. Maybe,
okay.
I mean, maybe it might be Finn and Chewie.
Chewie's on the island with Rey.
He's flying the Millennium Falcon, but he might come back, mightn't he? Leave him there to do a bit of training.
Well, he might do.
Who knows? They do. No, I mean, that's... Finn and Poe, that would be a good dynamic. I think that would work really well. Quite funny.
Yeah. Some bro love.
Yeah, they had it, didn't they? Whereas when we first... Do you remember going back to when we did the first sort of breakdown, the trailer breakdown, when we saw Force Awakens and we spoke how the look that Poe gave Finn was almost like animosity towards him. Yeah. How wrong were we?
But then again, when I look at that trailer and then I think back to the things that we thought on those trailers, that's why, I know this is going off subject a little bit, but the Walking Dead, I don't know if you saw the sneak peek.
Yeah.
And I've been sort of going through that a little bit, and I watched the last episode of the last series of Walking Dead, and then watched that last scene, and there's a little bit in that sneak peek that makes you think of a certain person that may die. And I thought all I did was think back to, well, that part of the trailer when Rey is crying over a body. I thought that was Chewie.
Yeah.
Because it looked like it was hers. And how wrong you can be because of the way they cut things and show things. They do things specifically to draw you away from what's the actual truth. So,
absolutely.
There you go. Anyway, that's it for another week.
Yeah, before we go, don't forget to subscribe to our wonderful YouTube channel. Please do come and give us a like, and comments would be mostly appreciated. All comments welcome. If you do want to check out all our other podcasts and see what else we do go to our website, www.pancast.co.uk.
That's it, and leave a comment. If you agree or disagree with anything that we've said, leave a thumbs up. That'd be lovely. Don't bother leaving a thumbs down. Don't waste your energy. Please. There's no point. No. Just leave a thumbs up. I've been working on a way of finishing this, and I've got 2/3.
Well, let's do 2/3.
I've got 2/3 of it, because I need, obviously, a Star Wars, a Marvel, and a DC thing to finish it off.
Right, let's hear what you got so
far.
far.
I had oh, God, I messed it up already. May the force of Thor's hammer... Now I need a DC bit.
I'm Batman.
I don't... May the force of Thor's hammer... I'm Batman. Goodbye, everyone.